2,
We're live.
1. We're live.
You were counting down, and we were already live.
No, we weren't, because it was giving me the spinny thing, so I assume we were still going.
You were counting, and it's popped up. We're live. It's like
good old StreamYards. All right. Morning, everyone. Afternoon. Good evening. I am exhausted.
You are dead again.
As I drink my white girl spiced pumpkin coffee thing. Probably a bad idea having milk before doing something with talking. So, hi everyone.
Probably.
This is Darren, your friendly neighborhood smut peddler, fresh from Colossalcon East. Sorry we didn't have a show last week. I had personal things I had to take care of, and also still getting used to using my phone. I need to get up my Twitter on there. That was a noise. We are currently heading towards fall anime season. We've got a ton of stuff going on okay. I have some panel stuff going on in DerpyCon. We've got a ton of other stuff going on in general nerd news, including the most interesting thing, which is going to be a fun legal battle to watch. And watching it unfold online has been the best part of it all.
Yes.
And that is the Steve Ditko estate trying to get back Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Yep. So, essentially, Marvel and the Ditko estate are suing each other over Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. This is one of those things that I think this is one of those things where I think Marvel's going to win because the House of Mouse always wins.
It's a very, very...
But it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Also because like when you work for Marvel or DC, when you work for those companies, you're doing contract work. What you create is not necessarily your IP.
Yep.
It's the company's IP. Even if you create it, you created it for them.
Exactly. But the most interesting part about this is I'm watching everyone I know who is very, very, very anti-mega corporation, or was until the last year or two, go, no. How dare they try and remove Spider-Man and Doctor Strange? Go, no. I mean, all that would mean is that Disney would have to go and talk with that estate for the rights to use those characters instead of having them outright.
Yeah. Who are they going to Who is the Ditko estate going to license to? DC?
Probably not.
Japan?
But, maybe. That would be amazing. I mean, look at what Japan did with Star Wars. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yes. I've only watched one of the episodes yet. I'm probably going to watch the rest this week.
Yeah.
I've just been a busy week, but
we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's been a very busy week. But watching people who are supposedly go full on, no, mega corporation good, to go, no, this is still Disney. There's like, you can enjoy their entertainment and still hate them as a company.
Yeah. Welcome to most people on the right who like punk rock.
Welcome to every person who has ever enjoyed a heel in wrestling ever.
Yeah, ever.
Ric Flair. Woo!
Are we going to talk about his drama right now, or?
That's an ongoing case, and I don't have nearly enough information on it to opine on it.
My only opine on that is this is stuff we've known for 20 years.
Yeah, that's my issue is it's stuff we already know.
We've known about the flight from hell for 20 years.
Yeah,
things have already happened in regards to it.
We'll go into it when we both had a chance to sit down and actually look at it all and see if there's any teeth behind this. There's no reason to bring up stuff that it's like, no, this doesn't have any fucking teeth. But
they're just bringing up old stuff to trying to make it stick, but it's not going to stick because it's Ric Flair.
It's an old man. Who cares?
Yeah.
As for the Ditko estate in this is again, this is gonna be an interesting thing. Watching people who are supposed to be blatantly anti-capitalism being pro mega corporation has been fun for the last year.
It's
been
not just with Disney, but a bunch of these big corporations.
Everyone's gotten pro Amazon now that they can't go outside. Everyone's gotten pro pharmaceutical companies. It makes me go, that's weird.
Yeah, that's effing weird.
When you let a pharmaceutical company have free reign, you're like, oh yeah, no, this one's great because it saved my life. Go, has no liability.
You weren't pro big corporation saving people's lives when it was
not
in
yours.
the previous pandemic.
I've never been pro corporation. I've always been, okay, it's good for them to do this one thing, cool, and then I move on with my life.
Pretty
like a
much.
normal person, whatever. I'm tired. I can't deal with this crap. In interesting news, Battlestar Galactica, or do we still have more? No, the X-Men thing.
We have the X-Men thing,
right? Marvel Studios may drop the X-Men from X-Men, or the men from X-Men, which makes that's a brand name.
It's a brand name, but it's also in line with the brand of X-Men. You always expect X-Men to be the wokest of the Marvel.
No.
But there's also a line and it goes too far.
Yeah, I mean, X-Men's the most progressive of the comics from the Stan Lee days, essentially. Just because it was a commentary on racism and segregation. It was very well done commentary on segregation.
It was excellent. It's how people need to go. They need to go back and actually read it to actually see how you do politics in comics.
It would be nice. I would enjoy it at least. And then you have just okay. It's still a brand name. It's a international well-known brand name. How international? Marvel manga. It is one of the most well-known brand names in the Marvel universe. It also had movies before most of the other Marvel properties, excluding Spider-Man. But you can only kill off Uncle Ben so many times. While you can keep redoing X-Men repeatedly because it's always been a different mixture of teams.
So even if it's the same Wolverine.
I mean, is it really always the same Wolverine?
It's the same. It's been the same actor for
I know, but I swear
years.
It's been a different character development each time.
Sometimes they go back and reference stuff that happened in technically a different universe, and you're like,
"Wait a minute,
what?
No,
what is going on here?
What is this? No."
I really appreciated when Logan started referencing stuff that happened in a movie that I thought wasn't canon anymore.
Like the Deadpool thing? Yeah,
no, not the Deadpool thing. The Western with Wolverine, Logan.
Oh, right. I mean
that referenced X3. It's like, wait, I thought timelines and
it was like it never actually happened. No, what happened here? All right. And then he went back in time, but he didn't go back in time. I can't remember.
And then you have Deadpool just blowing up the entire timeline, and also being its own thing. Because Deadpool is Deadpool.
F it. Anyway, so there's a new creative director. Who's brand manager? What person is deciding not to do this?
President of physical post-production, VFX, animation.
What is that? What even are you? You're nothing. You are nothing.
Post-production, VFX, animation, pretty much special effects. President.
You have no power. Are you just writing this article just to piss me off? Probably.
Probably it is. We got this covered.
Yeah. Anyway, the idea of dropping the men from X-Men and watching, I watched two different responses. I watched the woke crowd go, "Yes, slay queen," and then I watched the nerd crowd go, "Do it, do it,
Do it."
do it."
A couple were like, "No, they're ruining it again," and everyone else is just like, "Fine, do it.
Do it.
We've been expecting this. Do it."
Like at this point, we are no longer arguing with you. We're just gonna go and go, do it. We double dog dare you. Fucking do it. That's where the nerd crowd has gotten, because you've been doing this to us for 7 years now, and we're tired. We no longer are gonna stop you. We're no longer go, no, please don't. And I'm like, no, go ahead, do it. Do it. I won't watch it.
I'll keep spending money on comics that are not Marvel or DC.
Sorry, everyone wants my attention right now. Some god awful reason. It's what's the password of this? I don't know.
Oh Lord.
Do you have this? I don't know.
Work or other members of Hentai Cake?
Not even. It's other people who want my attention. Anyway, this thing. So at this point in time, all I have to say from the comic and nerd community is, if you're gonna ruin our stuff, we're just gonna go, okay, go ahead, do it, do it, do it. We are now immune. We have been inoculated. You've been doing this for 7 years. Only the most diehards are gonna care anymore. The rest of us are gonna stare at you and go, okay, here's some gasoline. Have fun.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, go ahead, blow it up. Watch us laugh at you. We will sit back and watch the original 1970s Dr. Savage, which was also a terrible movie. Do not suggest. Awful movie.
Or find ways to acquire the 90s X-Men cartoon.
It's all over.
Legitimately good.
It's all over Russian stuff. All right. What else?
Babylon 5 is getting a reboot for the CW.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I'm tentatively excited.
I would be if this was the CW from like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, but it's the CW now. Except they're giving J. Michael Straczynski a lot of latitude, but I'm not sure.
Like, there's that, and then there's also the fact that I really enjoyed the last reboot, but they really shit the bed on the ending.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed the last Battlestar Galactica reboot. That constant tension and fear was great. The who is, who isn't.
I love new Galactica. The ending was garbage.
The ending was like, what is this? And then they had that weird spin-off series, Pegasus?
No.
What was it called?
It was Caprica, because it was a prequel.
Right. Yeah, and it was. I mean, it
so
wasn't.
I'm kind of hoping that Babylon 5 does the Battlestar Galactica model, new Battlestar Galactica model. But
I don't think
at the same time, like,
I
don't do the weird ending.
I think they're gonna do the weird ending. All right, but I mean, if you're giving him carte blanche, it can still end up getting broken down in post production. Like we can't have this scene, cut it. We can't be saying this, cut that.
Yeah. Especially since the CW isn't premium cable.
No, it's network TV.
Well, actually, yes, it's still network TV.
Network TV. Yeah, this is network television. So you will not be getting the same. I don't want to say big budget greatness as sci-fi, but at the same time, I don't expect
The original Babylon 5 was on freaking
sci-fi.
well, not sci-fi, not even that. It was on like the alternative to UPN.
No, I watched it on sci-fi when it first came out.
Well, it got picked up by sci-fi eventually.
Oh, see, I watched it on sci-fi
But
first.
all the 6 or 7 broadcast channels that didn't have a UPN contract, or they had a part-time UPN contract but were allowed to do what they wanted, they picked up Babylon 5 initially.
Okay.
To compete with DS9. Which DS9 is Babylon 5 but Star Trek. There was actually a lawsuit about that. Because they pitched Babylon 5 to Paramount.
I thought it was like to Schumacher.
No, yeah, they pitched Babylon 5 to Paramount, and then it got talked around the building, and they developed it into DS9.
Got you.
After they said no to Babylon 5.
Hi, Jared. Good to see you here. Now the problem with this is,
hi, Jared,
is again, it hasn't been that long since the last reboot, and I enjoyed the reboot. I enjoyed Galactica to no end, but we cannot make something new.
Yeah, I mean, people have been wanting Babylon 5 back for years, but make something new.
Yeah, well, this is it's fine. Oh wait, this is a Babylon 5 reboot. I'm tired.
Did you just spend the entire last 15 minutes confused between Galactica and Babylon 5?
To be fair, I've been confused about Galactica and Babylon 5 much longer than 15 minutes. Well, it's been like 30 years since I first watched both, and I still can't keep track of which one's which.
It doesn't help that the showrunner for Babylon 5, the showrunner for DS9 was the showrunner for Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
but DS9 was a ripoff of Babylon 5.
Yeah, that's why my head's all confused.
And all 3 of those shows are really dark, but only 2 of those are on a space station instead of a ship.
I mean, technically it was a ship, but really it was a come on, it was a space station.
Babylon 5 is a space station. DS9 was a space station. Galactica, that was a ship.
Oh, I mean, in the reboot, it was a connector of like a bunch of ships, but it was essentially run like a space station.
That's because Galactica is always Space Battleship Yamato with Mormonism and Greek myth, even when it's dark and edgy.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from my idiocy. I am not awake. I am not awake. It is not a good day to be
like you opened the door. I get to talk about it. How much I love all 3 shows.
Listen. I'm just gonna say it outright. The ending of DS9 was amazing.
The ending of DS9 was okay.
I become God.
You know why they did it that way?
Because
Cisco was supposed to die and sacrifice himself for Major, and that would have been a better ending. But Cisco's actor said, "No, I can't leave. I have to have a way that I could one day come back because I don't want to be a black man leaving his son all alone." I can't do that stereotype. It's like, oh Lord.
All right, what else do we have in the pipeline?
Do we want to talk about this?
Let's click it. I can actually look at it. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about for like 5 seconds how much I don't like the Netflix Cowboy Bebop. Anything about it, because it's no longer a remake of the anime series. It's now a continuation of the anime series. They go, don't touch, no touchy,
do not want,
no touchy, no. It ended already on a, I want to say sober note. If you've never seen the ending of Cowboy Bebop, yeah. I'm gonna say right now, it ends with Spike saying "bang," covered in blood, and you don't know whether or not he survives. Yes, all that was really so far is an opening, but the Netflix has stated that it is not a shot-for-shot remake. It is a continuation.
Or expansion.
Expansion, excuse me. Which I'm
like,
not.
I don't expect it to be a shot-for-shot remake.
I don't. I expect some
Anime
things to be
works a little
similar.
bit. Live action and anime do not work the same way.
Gintama.
Gintama works because Gintama is so did Deadpool.
I'm just saying the Gintama live action is.
Gintama live action is my two favorite things in the world are the Gintama live action and the whatchamacallit, the one with what's the name of the show with the teacher who's a loser, but
Great Teacher Onizuki.
yeah, the GTO live action is effing amazing as well.
I have not seen that one yet, so it's on my list of when I have time, and that list gets longer and longer the older I get.
GTO, the live action GTO turns down a lot of the perversion of GTO. Like, it's still an essential part of his character,
Right?
but it somehow like tones it down, and it's like it keeps all of the anime jokes, but it manages to be wholesome.
All right. Well,
all the time.
So far, all we've gotten released was the introduction opening, and the opening. It's well shot. It's well done. I'm not a fan of all of it, but it's not it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. A lot of the rest of this though, I'm iffy on because I don't trust Netflix to properly make a live action anything.
Yeah.
When it is adapting to from anime to reality, because they failed 3 times now. How many times have they failed?
Every time.
And so there was the Death Note one. Not a fan. What else was there? What else was there? I swear there was 2 more.
There was the Bleach one, but that was the Japanese. That was a Japanese production.
That was still.
And it was meh.
That was still Netflix produced. I mean, Netflix Japan, but still Netflix produced. Now it's also meh.
It was I wouldn't call it a failure. I just called it meh.
It wasn't well done.
It gets better every time I watch it, but every time I watch it, I watch it more and more drunk.
I don't think that's the show getting better. I think that's you just killing off brain cells.
Probably.
And then this is their third go at a live action production. Which again, I'm not there. There's no dog.
And they're also well, they did say they're gonna have a dog, and it's gonna be a corgi, as it should be.
Okay,
but
that changed. Is Ed in there still, or is that still no?
I don't remember. I don't remember seeing Ed. What I do know is they're also doing a live action. They're doing a Netflix Resident Evil, and apparently for all these productions, they got a deal in M1911s.
That's right. My ongoing complaint about how every single gun is a 1911 from Netflix.
Everyone, these characters have iconic weapons, and they pull an iconic weapon, not their iconic weapon.
Yeah, that's an ongoing issue. That's okay. Let's not drag me down that, because we have a ton of other stuff to hit up. So next thing, I will sit and bitch about 1911s all day. Just
what? Do you have a problem with John Browning's greatest creation?
I have a problem with the fact that no one knows any other gun but that and the Smith and Wesson Colt revolver. So continue on.
You have a point.
Yeah.
Video game news?
Yeah, video game news. All right, so
Sony is having a sale on anime stuff.
Neither one of us are personal fans of Sony, but if it's a good sale,
it's a good sale, they're probably actually losing money on it. So
good for us. Good for us.
Some of these I'm seeing are just like, I'm not sure I want this. I want the PlayStation version.
I mean, you mean the visual novels?
The visual novels, Akiba Strip.
I think Akiba Strip is still viable. I think that one is still there without the added censorship, so that one's probably fine. But the big name ones and the ones I'm just gonna give a list of things I think people should personally get. Valkyrie Chronicles, the bundle, you should get it. You should
Valkyrie Chronicles is awesome.
It's a great game involving tanks and people running around and shooting things, but it's also a turn-based RPG.
It's turn-based RPG, but it's also a strategic tactical game.
And
it's weird.
You have to physically move each one of your characters, and it's not like it's a section by section, block by block type thing.
Yeah, like it's a fun little tactical RPG.
Yeah, that's
and it's sort of World War II, sort of World War One. It's weird, but it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. Persona 5 Royal.
They don't have planes in Valkyria Chronicles, but in Valkyria Chronicles 4, you play as Easy Company from Band of Brothers, but anime with anime girls.
If Easy Company,
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. At some point, I'm going to do a panel on how E Company of the 504 of how E Company from Squad E, not E Company, Squad E is Easy Company. I mean, they essentially do like they do a screwed up version of Market Garden, and they also do they do their version of they're both Easy Company trapped at Bastogne and Patton coming to rescue.
Yep. Now what else was there? There's that. My brain. Give it a minute.
All these anime games.
The Final Fantasy games. Nearly all of them are on sale currently, including the remake and remaster. Not the newest.
No, it's on sale. But
is it on sale?
Yeah, for instead of $70, it's 40. It's 50.
Oh, hey, it's within. I don't care.
It's still the cost of a regular game. How we're used to paying for regular games.
Oh, look, it's the same cost as I don't care. How about that?
Don't you remember when you could get new games for $30?
No, I don't, because we would just rent them from Blockbuster.
Point.
And then I'd have a week to finish Super Mario Brothers 3.
The remaster
of Dot Hack GU would highly suggest. It is really cheap right now. You get 4 games for the price of 1. Persona 5 Royal is also in that list, and while it is not, it's cheaper than it normally is. It's still, I think it's like $40 still, but it's, I highly suggest. It is a bang up great game, and Royal really brings in an extra elements and extra storyline that's integrated into the actual thing, as opposed to being stacked on at the end like Persona 4 Golden.
I should probably pick it up, but I need to finish Persona 4 Golden.
You don't need to finish Persona 4 Golden to enjoy Persona 5. You only need to finish Persona 4 Golden to play the Persona 5, 4, 3
Dancing
Nintendo DS game. The Nintendo DS game, which was really a remake of a different game. I can't remember what it's called.
Ooh, Neptunia is on sale.
Again.
You should play Neptunia buy Neptunia in honor of the Dimensional Merge.
No. No. I'm not buying a Neptunia game again just to have it sit there and not be played again.
That's
two notable games that I think people will probably sleep on, which are really good games. I wish more people would buy. Is Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2.
Those are on my list to get. I'm just trying to see if there's a PC version first, because I'll actually play it on PC.
It's a remake of the PS3 game, which is also on Vita. But it's not really a remake. It's been moved over to the PS4.
It's been ported.
Yeah, it's been ported, and it is a great game overall. Highly suggest. The first game is about a bunch of students in this kind of pseudo feudal medieval style world where you have a parliament of regular people and you have like the nobles. So it's kind of like England in the 1800s, I want to say, when Parliament and like their Congress or whatever it was
Yeah.
kind of gaining more power, but you still had nobles. It's kind of like that. But you've got a military academy, and all these students are there, and half of them are nobles, and the other half are regular commoners.
So like, so you're saying like the irregular at Magic High School without the incest?
I can't promise you not incest. Depending upon how you play, there may be incest.
Oh God.
So there is a non-zero chance of incest, but that's on how you play and who you choose to romance in the first game. And then it goes from being about that to being about a bunch of military school kids finding out about a mystery plot to overthrow the government while you're trying to go and stop it, and then betrayal happens. I'm not going to explain what happens there. And then the second game is war never changes, with giant robots now.
Fun.
Because you in the first game, giant robots happen at the end, and you're
Of
like,
course they do.
What? Where did we get giant robots from? I go, well, to be fair, they were using tanks and great swords, but tanks. Guy on top of a tank, standing on it with a sword, going, "Bring me in closer."
Drive me closer, or I want to hit them with my sword.
And then the third and fourth game might also be on sale. The third and fourth game.
The third one is on sale. The fourth one is also on sale.
Yeah. I was just getting those for Switch.
And the premium edition of the fourth one is on sale.
Oh, you can get yourself a special costume. It's like having the premium edition of a Tales game. So you get a special costume. It's not worth it. What's just the regular version. Like a Dragon's on sale. Would highly suggest.
Nice.
What else? I think I gave you
Tales of Zestria was on sale.
Tales of Zestria. It's
for like
it is
$8. So
it's only $8. Okay, so Tales of Zestria is a great game story wise. Fighting wise, it is the most frustrating of the Tales games. So if you like a good story and you want to play it on easy mode, would highly suggest. I'm still getting used to Tales of Arise, and that's kicking my butt. All right, we have 30 minutes to go over a ton of anime news.
We're not done with video game news.
No, we're not done with video. What else is there?
But it
all right. It leads in. Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid is getting a shoot 'em up game.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's gonna play a lot like the Toho series, from what I've gathered so far from mining different anime video game news sites. And if you haven't played any of the Toho games, get yourself an English patch and download it however you need to.
And either hop yourself up on stimulants so you can actually beat them, or do you start doing shots before you even play it? Because
what you do is you take a shot each time you lose, and within half an hour, you don't care
you're passed out. Even some of the spin-offs, like I was playing a not even a bullet hell game. I was playing a Toho platformer, and that shit was hard.
Oh yeah, all the Toho games are notoriously hard. It is not a fun thing.
I was throwing things and hating life.
Yes. But this the Miss Kobayashi game, the fact that Dragon Maid's gotten this popular is a great overall sign for most anime. I wish more people watched it and just enjoyed it instead of watching it and then complained about it. That's my only problem I have with it, is that people aren't enjoying Dragon Maid. They're enjoying complaining about Dragon Maid. And that's been
sorry,
an
I keep
ongoing
kicking
problem.
my camera.
Stop kicking your camera. So this is gonna come out, and hopefully people enjoy it, and hopefully it's well thought out. Again, if it's going to be based on the Toho style, I hope they bring down the difficulty a little bit.
A little bit, just
Because
a little. But this is
most
going to be this is being made for the Japanese market, so they might not.
I'm gonna. All right. Well, then we're gonna bring it to a con and be like, okay, guys, shot for shot video games. Who's coming? IDs, please. All right.
Other
So yeah.
anime news before we get into fall anime.
All right. What do we got?
Yes,
Lupin.
getting.
Go ahead.
They're putting Lupin in theaters. The week of when is it? I read this. It's like late in October, the 22nd to the 28th.
Oh, okay, cool. So the entire week I'm busy with conventions.
Yes.
All right. That's
Let's see.
fine.
Am I gonna be available to do that? What do you mean? There's
nothing in your area?
nothing in my fuck. I live in DC. What is this bullshit?
Is there one in New York City?
Yeah, there's two in New York.
All right. When
The 25th.
No, not happening. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered.
What am I doing the 25th of October?
Are you gonna drive all the way up?
I could use it.
It's a Monday.
I gotta redo my schedule anyway because the Sabaton concert I was going to got canceled that week.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
and I've got leave to burn.
Burn it. Well, you got it. All right. So
That's
this
some bullshit.
So the Lupin, the third movie, coming out middle of October, end of October, in select theaters. Would highly suggest checking out any and all of the Lupin movies. If you've never watched the Lupin movies, it's so good.
They're fantastic.
They're so fantastic and so good that the documentary about Anno references them multiple times.
Yes.
Of course, that might be just because Anno was obsessed with them.
Well, Anno was obsessed with Miyazaki, and Miyazaki did Lupin.
Miyazaki was also obsessed with Lupin.
Yes.
So, you know how that goes.
Anyways, now into the meat of the episode.
Yeah, the absolute. So, do we want to start with cute things that could be construed as porn, or the things that are just straight up porn?
Let's start with the former.
All right. So there's lots of new anime that a lot of us have been waiting for. My personal one that I cannot wait for is Komi Can't Communicate, which is about a school full of people who have a hard time talking to each other for various reasons, and one girl who appears to be this really well put together, cold, silent type of girl is actually just scared of talking to anyone. She's terrified. And one boy figures it out when he accidentally bumps into her, and she starts shaking and falls over. And it's about him trying to teach her how to talk to other people while her being unable to properly express herself.
That sounds cute.
It's an incredibly adorable romantic comedy. Everyone's gonna love this show. I expect it to be one of the most popular animes during this fall season. That's not an action anime. But I expect no one to be able to properly cosplay it because it's such a plain looking show.
It looks plain AF.
Yes, it is. It is super plain, absolutely plain. It's one of the reasons why I got very upset with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like, no one's gonna be able to cut these characters, even though it's a lot of fun to watch. You can do like 2 characters and that's it, and then everyone else has the same outfit. You know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna open up with. And what do you have that you think is gonna be interesting?
This actually just caught my eye. It's being done by Madhouse.
Oh, the
Tact OP Destiny.
So they released a trailer. The music was amazing, and because it's a Madhouse Mappa animation, the animation was gorgeous. I have no clue what the actual story is about because all the subtitles weren't in English.
This kind of feels like reading the synopsis where like, oh, music is banned in the future. This kind of reads like the either the not necessarily the Rush's 2112 album, but
No, Russia's
the other one where
2112
music
album.
is banned.
Def,
The Kilroy album from Styx.
right, yes.
Yeah. That they turned into which they turned into an opera, and the opera failed.
Well, that was never going to work.
Well, yeah, but this kind of feels like I'm reading this, and this is giving me real Mr. Roboto vibes.
It's I'm again I that's another one that I'm hoping comes out really well. That one's going to be a cosplayer's dream because there's so many different amazing, not really magical
Outfits.
girl, but like transformation outfits. That's going to be a cosplayer's either dream or nightmare, depending upon things. And then the thing that I'm watching all of emo Twitter cream itself over, Platinum End, made by the same guys who made Death Note. So if it looks like Death Note and it sounds like Death Note, but they have angel wings instead of devil wings, is it Death Note?
Speaking of music, there's also Visual Prison.
Where's that? I'll look at your screen. Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
Which is guy goes to a Visual K concert. Things happen.
Mm-hmm. Things happen, and he gets overwhelmed by the energetic performance, and is struck by a sudden immense pain. And I go, sounds like someone took bad acid, man.
It sounds like someone went on a bad trip and it isekai'd him.
Yeah.
That's
and that's how Darren ended up in another world. He took the brown acid, man. But remember to delete my browser history.
So that looks interesting.
Yep.
What else?
Porn. Let's talk about Muv-Luv.
Oh yeah. Where is it? Muv-Luv.
I know it's there somewhere.
I know it's here somewhere.
Control F.
Yeah, but then I gotta lean over and grab my keyboard. Here we go.
All right. Muv-Luv. If this is not the first Muv-Luv anime, this is actually the third Muv-Luv anime. The first one was Muv-Luv Alternative. The other one was
this anime is Muv-Luv Alternative.
I wasn't done. Was Muv-Luv Alternative Twilight End or something? Twilight, whatever. Anyway,
something like that.
It was the first one. It was based off the third game.
Okay.
The next one was Y Schwarzer, which was Muv-Luv set in West Germany. So you had the Stasi purposely getting people arrested for.
You mean East Germany?
East Germany, East Germany. Yes, you're right.
East Germany is the commie one.
I'm tired. You want me to map things, stuff, or Germany that way to the east? From where I am, Germany to the east. I'm tired. Anyway, the communist Germany. That's where that's where it all takes place. It's about a group of people who are not Russian. They're not part of the USSR, but they're Germans. But they put them in the army under the Russians so they can, you will follow the party. Meh. The party knows best. Meh.
So, for those of you unfamiliar with Muv-Luv, Muv-Luv is a visual novel.
It's porn.
It's porn. The first route of Muv-Luv is cutesy, general, visual novel. And then you get to the third route, where aliens invade.
And that's the entire...
And you fight them with mechs.
And that's the entirety of the Muv-Luv series from then on.
Is this fighting with mechs.
Fighting with mechs and weird human amalgamation giant aliens that eat people.
Alternative is the third route.
Yes. Which is always funny, and which is you had Twilight End and Y Schwarzer, where they were fighting off the aliens, but in Y Schwarzer they were also trying to not get caught by the Stasi at the same time. Which I was like, this is very well written, very well done, and no one watched Y Schwarzer because it had a German name, and they go, it's going to be about World War, it's going to be about Nazis. No, it's about the communists. It's about communism. All right. And falling in love while also not getting eaten by aliens. And begging the Americans for help.
Of course.
Of course. In other porn news.
In other porn, where was it?
It's the third one from the top on the third row, ninth one total.
There we go.
Yeah.
World's End Harem.
Oh Lord. This one, I hope
No,
Funimation,
my anime list. Stop showing me ads. I have ad block on. Why are you showing me ads?
Because it's funny. I personally hope that Funimation does not grab this one and interspecies reviews us again. It's going to be very popular. We should buy the rights. Oh Lord, we can't publish this. Why would you buy the rights and not publish it? Anyway, the World End Harem is exactly what it sounds like.
Pretty much.
There was a man killer virus that eradicated 99% of the world's male population. One guy was in cryogenic sleep during this time. He had himself a girl who he liked, who he didn't get a chance to confess to, but he was planning to after he came back. And I'm like, dude, she's gonna be married by then, but okay, sure.
Okay.
He awakens to a sex crazed world where he has to go and help repopulate the world, but he also doesn't want to cheat on the girl he loves while he's trying to find where she is. The really creepy part is the one of the girls that's assigned to him to protect him looks exactly like her, but doesn't have her personality. She's got like that weird, quiet, no personality, Kudir cool type.
Kudere?
Yeah, whatever that is.
You said Kudere. I was like, you mean Kudere?
Sundeer, Kudir. Deer. It's deer season out there, guys. Watch out for deers.
Actually, yes. I think Friday is the first day of Buck. So
yeah.
Saturday here in Virginia.
This Friday.
In Virginia, it's Saturday.
Anyway,
which is stupid because we still have blue laws where you can't hunt on Sunday.
Anyway. The most important thing is
being
not
a redneck
the most important thing here is that this is going to be a highly charged, very sexual show, and he's not the only guy awake. There's other guys awake, so it's going to be a high charged, high sexual show where everyone's going to be trying to sleep with him to help repopulate the world, while he's trying to just find the girl that he loves above everything else, and it's going to be a very, very interesting porno.
Other ones, 86 is getting a second season,
which I'm very happy about. If you guys didn't check out 86, this is one we recommended for our was it summer or spring?
I think spring, because we didn't do a summer because
summer
was busy.
Summer was us dying from cons suddenly opening. This is part of our spring selection. 86 was a great overall show about again two different
essentially
hierarchies of people. You had people who were kind of the dregs of society who were left to go and die, and then the higher ups, the elites, who would tell them where they had to go and fight.
Essentially, 86 is like the Hunger Games mixed with the
with World War I,
the OVA from Code Geass.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm trying to think. Akito the Exiled.
Yeah, it is a great overall show. I really enjoyed it. Lots of human. It's a very human interaction about wanting to survive, not wanting to die, not wanting to be left paralyzed or without arms and legs, and the ongoing process of, do you want to die? Do you want to live in suffering? Is living worth living? It's a great series, and so the second season's coming out. Like, really, I don't want to tell anyone about the first season. I really want them to go and watch it for themselves.
Yeah.
I can't opine on it.
Yeah, go watch the first season. The first season is actually dubbed.
Is it? Awesome. So you can watch it dubbed.
You can watch it on CR has the license, so
nice.
Eventually you'll be able to watch it on Funimation. But
there you go.
Blah.
Anyway, what else is coming up for a second season? What's it called? It's Restaurant in Another World, which was an adorable little slice of life anime about a restaurant that would serve all these different creatures and people. So it was food wars.
Is that this?
Isekai
Yes,
Shokudo
it
To.
is.
Yeah.
It's like Restaurant to Another World. That sounds like isekai.
Yeah. It's an isekai. It's interesting. It's a very adorable, very very cute show. If you like food and you like adorable shows, watch it. Right next to it though is the one thing I'm excited for: World Trigger's third season. I wish most people slept on World Trigger, and it was very upsetting because it was a very interesting.
I slept on it.
It is a very interesting, very cool little anime. It's an action anime. It starts off about so there are these things called neighbors that come from another world that kidnap people. And some of them are giant creature looking things. Some of them are like regular people, what have you. And one day, I forget the main character's name, but because I just know him as Four Eyes because that's what everyone ends up calling him. He's a trainee for Border, which is the people who guard the border of the worlds. Border. When I become president, I'm changing the changing the name of immigration to Border. Just Border. You have one goal: guard the border. Of what border? Anyway, I keep sliding into my chair here. Anyway, he ends up getting trapped by one of those creatures one day because some kids were playing in the off limits area where they come. He goes to try and save them, nearly gets killed, and gets saved by another boy who can use the weird transformation thing that border agents can. But he's not a border agent. He finds out that he's actually a neighbor. He's here looking for his dad's friends, who is supposed to be in Border. And as Border can't have neighbors around, it'll scare the public. Things happen. He ends up joining Border. More things happen, and the Four Eyes guy has to go and make a team for Border to go and save his friend at some point in time. This is the third season. This is the continuation of the tournament arc. That apparently they hold a tournament every year to gauge where teams are on the ranking board. B and C level teams get different things they need to do in case of emergencies. B level teams are sent into the city to go and solve issues as they go. C level teams mostly to help with evacuation and protect people who are evacuating. A level teams are people who go off to other worlds and kill off important things in different worlds. And he needs to become a member of one expeditionary force. So he has to reach A level or very high B level. And this is their like last big go. They have to hit a lot of points in this last tournament arc thing
to get
in.
And of course, it's a tournament arc.
Of course, it's
anime.
The second season was all tournament arc, but it was really well done. And the third season is they're adding another new character to their team. So we're gonna see how well he works. And he personally has to make it work because regardless of whether or not he goes, the little girl there has the most level of power out of all of them, and so she can power the ship better than anyone else. So the higher up said, well, we were going to take her anyway. And he goes, well, I'm not letting you take her without me. And they're like, well, only if you reach like the expeditionary force ship thing. And he goes, I guess I got to do it. So we'll see how that runs. The anime is still ongoing. So if you are hoping to go and get the juicy deets on the ending of this, you can get to the ending of this, but as the anime or the manga only publishes once a month.
Oof.
Yeah, like I expect this will finish off the tournament arc, and then by the time this finishes off the tournament arc, we're gonna wait another 6 months for another season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're too filler.
They
This
have
seems
done.
this seems too serious for filler though.
No, they've had filler episodes, so it's a possibility. There was one whole season, or not season, but a good portion of the first season was filler, and I went, oh, weird. Or was it second season? I don't remember. One of those two. Might have been second season. Anyway,
So we've already talked about Lupin a bunch of times.
yeah, Lupin part 6. We should probably talk about the fact that this is the first Lupin without the original creator.
Yes.
So we're gonna see if they can handle the Lupin brand properly.
without Monkey Punch.
I'm hoping that they can.
This had me going, what the hell?
What do you got?
This is fitness boxing, fitness switch, fitness boxing for Switch.
It's Taibo.
It's a Taibo anime.
Yeah, it's Taibo, and I feel like he should sue for sue Japan. Like, listen, you can't be doing this.
See, movies. Rika 7's getting a new movie. SAO's getting a new movie.
Everything you expect to get a new movie is probably getting a new movie, except for Code Geass. So don't worry.
Don't hurt me like that.
Anyway, I think we're done with anime news.
Yeah, and we're
almost out of time.
Almost out of time. You never changed the thing at the bottom to say anime news.
I am sleepy. I am tired.
It was still crawling saying video game news.
I'm tired. I am not at 100%, folks.
Oh, one last thing. Agretsuko is getting
all right.
The
Agretsuko is getting a 4th season. Let's move on to the last part of the day, which is talking about Colossalcon East.
I had a good time at CCE.
I had a great time at CCE. The wear a mask, don't wear a mask, whatever you want approach for me generally works at cons.
Pretty much.
If you want to wear a mask, go ahead. If you don't want to wear a mask, go ahead. Whatever. You do you.
You do you.
That's been kind of my thing. As I've stated before, I am fully vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, it's your choice. You do you. I'm not gonna explain anything to you. You should talk to your doctor before you put anything in your butt.
Why do you have Shepko's room?
I'm tired, and that was the best one I got for con stuff.
Okay.
And I wasn't making a new one when I can't trust myself to get Babylon 5 and Battlestar Galactica differently.
So yeah, it was if that's my last con, that was a good con to sign off on.
That was a great con to sign off on. I didn't have any major issues. I had a lot of people at a lot of things I was not expecting them to be at. The biggest surprise was my 1 p.m. cryptids panel. Was not expecting a lot of people there at Sunday at 1 p.m. because
you had a better Sunday than I did.
I walked in and I go, everyone's here. Like, the room wasn't full, but it was pretty. It wasn't empty for being in main. Well, it was in main events too, so everyone knows what that is. Like, you stop kicking your camera.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had good crowds for pretty much all my panels until Sunday. One person showed up to my Sunday morning panel.
That's it. Ouch.
And then I was like, one, they moved me from. I was supposed to go against your cryptids panel, but they moved me to cover a guest because a guest didn't show up.
Yeah.
So it was an events one. By myself.
I never saw.
And one other person. What?
I never saw events 1. I knew where events 2 was. Where the hell was events 1?
They switched events 1 and events 2.
Yeah, my problem is I never saw events 1. Like I never saw the.
They were like diagonally across the way from each other.
Oh, okay, that's
right next to the bar.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it. I was staring at the bar.
Exactly.
So,
but the problems were, it wasn't on the paper schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the same time as the swap meet.
Mm.
It was at the same time as 2 other guests panels.
And checkout.
I was signing off on a really good note, and then something had to remind me that I suck.
Stay humble.
That's pretty much once you always gotta have that. You always gotta have something to bring you back down to earth when your head gets too big.
See, I started the con with my humble moment because I love doing business of cosplay photography, but it is the driest panel in our catalog
in the universe.
It is meant to be a dry panel.
I'm pretty sure I've been to that panel just to support you, and I spent the entire panel reading fanfic.
It is a dry panel. It is an information panel. It is. I can't really spice this up I can't really spice up taxes. Okay, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'm not going to find a way to do it.
It's very informative. If you want to get into it, if
you want to have an easier time as a photographer or as a model and making money, I can help you. But it's very dry information. So I started off with that. Mike then had 2 panels. He said the rules to live by one did very well.
That did pretty well. That was a pretty packed room.
Get a clue, empty. But he was also up against the concert and Samurai Dan.
Yeah.
So am I surprised? Not even a little bit. That was I was like, oof, that's a tough time slot. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised I got even though it was ass early on Saturday, I had a pretty good crowd for Ace Combat.
I was surprised at the crowd I had at my 2 a.m. panel Saturday.
Well, that was
everyone was in bed.
I went to fucking bed. I was I've seen this panel at another con. I'm going to bed.
That's fine. That's quite okay. We did.
I have a 10 a.m. panel the next day and a 5-hour drive.
Yeah,
good night.
I was like, you do you, man. Which is fine.
But everyone I knew had good panels, but they were all shit I've seen.
It's fine. I think the only ones you hadn't seen was Mike's new one, which you said you were at. So it's one.
And then the Sentai panel, and I went to the burger bar and watched racing.
It's fine.
And watched Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott get into a fight after the race.
I think our Super Sentai one went okay. It was Tom's very first time doing a panel on his own, and I was there to go and help him. But he blew through 26 slides in under 10 minutes, and I went, "No, buddy, slow down,
dude."
I'm like, I look and went, "Slow down," and went through 4. I need you to.
You said that. I was like, how did you go through 26 slides that fast? It's like nerves, rushing, not a lot of notes on each slide.
Yeah. He like it's very much a
unlike my notes, which are walls of text.
I mean, that's how my notes were for cryptids. I was literally channeling you and Max during my cryptids panel. It was like watching your anime is wrong and your Girls in Panzer panel at the same time.
So that's like my military panel.
Yes, it was me going. I have a bunch of a wall of information. So you degenerate weaves. Like it was like I was like I'm doing Max and James at the same time. Why? Because I'm tired and I didn't think this through and I lost my phone somewhere in the room and I spent the last 20 minutes looking for it and now I'm 1 minute late for my own panel.
Oops.
So
speaking of, I don't get it. For whatever reason, our military anime panel, I get this manic energy,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's mostly informative. Like I get this manic energy where I'm just bouncing around the table, calling
Well,
everyone a
it's
degenerate.
yeah. That's
Like you like the irregular in Magic High School? By the way, the JSDF funded this. They funded incest anime. You degenerates. Speaking of, let's talk about Girly Air Force. Where you want to talk about riding your plane? Let's ride your plane.
one day you're gonna fit Darling in the Franxx somewhere in there.
Oh Lord.
It's gonna just happen. Anyway,
Lord.
so that was the good. I mean, okay, so Tom's very first go, and it was a good panel. I had a few notes for him. I'm like, you do this, you do this. There was the entire day of me Saturday not going off to the water park, me just watching over him, going, move this to the drive. Now move it into another computer and make sure it works. Yeah, I got it.
Make sure it works.
Make sure it works. Yeah, I got it. And then I'm sitting there outside of the panel watching him move stuff to Mike's. I'm like, oh Lord. And he's sitting there like up. It's like, oh, the slide's not working. Go, yeah.
Yeah, we told you to test it.
Yep. This is why it's fine. We have internet. I can just no. There is no internet.
There is no internet.
Even if there is internet, there is no internet.
Don't trust it.
Rule one of a panelist is there is no internet. Even if there is internet, there is no internet. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not good enough for any of the purposes you have in mind. It's good to check your Instagram and bullshit people on the internet. You cannot run a panel off of it. Don't try. Don't do it.
The only time I've ever used internet during a panel is the Ava panel. And I knew I was going to have a stable internet connection walking into it.
All right.
Number one. And number two, there is no plan for the Ava panel.
Yeah. So if it didn't work, move on.
Exactly.
But again, he nerves and everything else. He blew through things very fast, and even with I'm glad it was me and not Mike. Mike's good at witty banter to keep things moving but slowing down. I'm good at completely derailing the conversation.
Oh, yes.
I am amazing at. Okay, great. Let's see where drunk Darren's mind goes. Woo! How did we get on 1930s? Gangster attire? Oh, here we are.
I don't know.
I don't know, but let me tell you, I look good in double-breasted pinstripe. It was back to the panel. So, it's just I'm like, okay, I have to go full troll. Wham.
Were you more or less full troll during that panel than you were during the Ava panel?
Less. I was more during that panel than less during the Ava panel.
Oh Lord, yes you were.
I was.
Half the crowd was full troll though.
Half the crowd was full troll, and I was trying.
And half of it, like we're trying to have a serious conversation about psychology, and
someone else is talking about banging angels, and I go, the angels don't have dicks. You can't bang an angel. You can't be banged by an angel. You can bang an angel. There's a hole somewhere, probably. I don't know.
Well, we know two angels that have holes.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Anyway, yeah. There was my 2 a.m. panel. There were groups of people there. One guy stayed the whole time. Another guy stayed the whole time and came to my next panel the next day. Like actually, I think a couple of them did. I was like, oh, you guys are here. Hi. I am rested now. The only problem I have with the censorship and anime panel is because I did it alone. I ended after 40 minutes, and I went, okay, well, it's 40 minutes of content. I've reached my goal. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want to talk about anything? Do you have anything to say? No, because if it's a small crowd,
if you were doing it alone, I would have stayed up.
Sleep. You needed some.
I would have stayed up for that.
You need some rest. Mike had an early autograph signing, so he also went to bed early, and I just did it alone. It's fine. I didn't have to do it. I didn't have to do it alone.
I could have gotten drunk and shit posted for that panel.
It's fine. It ran very well. I can do it alone without any major issues, and talking to people was nice. But by the end, everyone was so very tired. I'm like, okay, the crowd's dead. Guys, go to sleep. Thank you guys so much for coming. I understand that no one here is capable of human speech anymore. So have a good night. And like the tech guy was like, you guys kind of go, everyone here is dead. The last part of my panel, the last 5 minutes is just talking to people, and everyone's too tired. So I'm cutting it here. That happened. Cryptids, though, again, I walked in a little bit late. I got started immediately, and I had the joy of having the wireless mic so I could wander around.
Nice.
So I immediately became, well, I started at the computer.
I stay at the computer because I have walls of text.
I had a wall of text to go through to start with.
The only time I don't have walls of text, the only time I don't need the walls of text is nautical nonsense because I've done it so much.
Mm-hmm. So I went through my wall of text on the information of the monsters, its history, it's a whatever thing, and then I jumped down off the stage and I go, but you weebs.
You assholes.
You sons of... Look at what you did to dragons. It used to be you want to ride a dragon into battle, facing off against evil. Now you want to ride a dragon. And then the audio clip, horny. Straight through jail. Oh, I nearly dropped an F-bomb in the middle of two. It's like, you almost caught me. The staff apparently loved the panel. Like, they were laughing their asses off behind the screen.
Nice.
So I ended on a really high note. I started off on a really low note. And again, it all ended up okay. Colossalcon East as a whole, though, the panel content was great. The number of like full on cosplay is surprisingly high. Not as many swimsuit cosplays as I was expecting.
That's because it's September. It's middle of September.
It's a water park.
Colossal Prime was swimsuits everywhere.
Yeah, well,
because it's the weekend after Memorial Day, and it is effing hot.
I might,
and it's right on the lake, which acts like an ocean, so it is humid AF.
I understand.
And they had mask rules, but like an hour into the con, everybody gave up because it's too goddamn hot for masks.
That's right. Now there was a COVID scare. Does anyone actually care though? Because it was like 2 people I know total out of like 100 and something people I knew who are there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you had more COVID scares.
I came back from the con and had like 5 separate COVID scares.
And you're like, okay.
Like everybody in my life caught COVID while I was at the con. But they didn't go to the con. They just caught it from going to the grocery store.
What have we learned? Stop eating food, everyone. You won't die from COVID.
Stop going to work.
Stop drinking water. You know what all these people have in common?
What?
You know what all these people have in common? They all went to sleep. You guys just stop sleeping.
Talk to your doctor before going to sleep.
I'm pretty sure that's a Freddy Krueger plot point. Don't go to bed, guys. You can't get you if you don't go to bed. And the one kid starts hallucinating, and there he shows up, and he's dead. Oh, what happened? Shit.
Anyways, I think that's it.
All right, we're done. My name is Darren Silvers from HentaiCake.com. I'm so tired. I have two panels. I have 2 cons coming up, one after the other, at the end of October. So if you are in the New York area, we will be in Halloween in the Catskills on the 22nd to whatever, and we will be at DerpyCon in New Jersey on I don't even remember the last weekend of October. I have like 3 panels on Friday, 1 on Saturday.
Oof.
Well, I'm doing 3. those 3, and I think Mike's doing the last one. So,
Oh,
yeah, that's because the last one's get a clue. I'm like, here you go, Mike. I'm gonna not do this one. I'll do the other 3. All right, what do you got?
see, I might have a con in November. I might not. Other
Waiting
than
on.
that, I'm
You're done for the.
unfortunately winning the war on pants is kind of going to hibernation for a while.
You gotten into personal, professional life stuff you got to do. So.
I've gotten accepted into law school, so I'm gonna have to be focusing on that.
Yep. My room is an absolute mess still from con because I have not had a chance to. I was like, oh, there's my luggage just behind me. There's clothes everywhere. There's a box of whatever. Fuck it. Like fuck it. I'm too tired to clean.
What's funny is I finally got my office into sort of a presentable state, and I even set up my docking station for work. Except I'm never gonna work from home again.
There you go. Or maybe you will. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Have
everyone.
a good day. Have a good night. And remember, world's in a harem is porn.